Welcome to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 as Germany starting in 1935. It's April 1948 and we find ourselves in the middle of the North Sea over the Dogger Bank with two forces, a battlecruiser force here and a carrier force down there, and just coming into contact with the battlecruisers is a bunch of green radar contacts. I'm expecting this to be battle cruisers of the British. There are reports of a light carrier here, which may or may not be a thing, but there are multiple reports here of carriers going on. And so it looks like we're going to have our first simultaneous nighttime gunnery and nighttime carrier strike battle. Because the time is 9 o'clock in the evening. Dawn is going to be at about 3:30 in the morning. And so, yeah, we've got 6.5 hours of fighting time before we get into good old-fashioned daylight. So if I zoom all out, carriers are here, battlecruisers are there, coming into contact with their battlecruisers probably, and their carriers are up there off the coast of Norway. So, for me, this sounds like an opportunity to have a lot of fun and games, plus potentially a crushing naval victory. Fingers crossed. The British and the French have already tried to sue for a white peace with, no reparations and no colony exchanges and all of that stuff. Well, we're not having that. Another crushing defeat here, given that certainly the British fleet morale has declined with the number of defeats we've inflicted on them. So, cross fingers, we can really sort this one out. I've got planes already massing down on the carriers. Really zoom in, being operative in the zoom a bit, I think. Oh no, I've just got caps flying. Okay, well done, caps, for keeping it up there. So I'm going to ready some strikes, bring this up. I've already got the second Flug, the von Parsifal and the Otto Liefenthal preparing, readying some planes. Looks like, yeah, it's the time on target. So what level of coordination do I do once they're ready? But I'll look at that shortly. And let's have a little check for the first Flug whilst we're at it. Oh no, actually I have done all these because, as you can see, there's almost no missiles left because they are already being accounted for. So let's go up to the battle cruisers and see how this lot resolves itself from what we're going to call a bunch of dots into a real thing. So we've got Blucher and the heavy cruisers. Would need to be independent line ahead. That all looks good. Let us take them into this direction, and we've got all four of our battle cruisers. Again, wind them up to off their maximum speed, and I think we will take them north. So I'm doing my favorite splitting maneuver where I'm trying to sandwich the enemy here in between. It looks for all the world currently like 4 destroyers and a big ship, but other ships may join shortly. Let's just move that on. Oops, they seem to be turning. And we've opened fire with the Graf Spee. That's quite generous. It fires 8 heavy guns at Blucher. Okay, so somebody equally is having a pop at the Blucher. And Blucher's already taken a hit. Is this a bit too hot? I mean, that's, 1948. The gunnery accuracy is just extraordinary. So 16,000 yards. So let's just flatten out the Blucher. I don't think we really want to get any closer to that. We do want these boys to get into action, and yep, they're still not actually hitting the big ship. Radar return implies the big ship. So some more here. There's a suggestion one of these is a heavy cruiser. So, yeah, getting very little now off the radar returns. So, still one big ship, some destroyers, a cruiser. Meh. Let's see. Still this ship. No one seems to be bothering about that. Reichsgraf is straddling. I'm just going to go back and have a look. Right, so we just need to come round to open up the arcs of the smaller ships. Not sure. The rear turrets. Let's see. Up things a bit one more. No, so just come round a little bit more. So, right, so that's got the rear turrets going for the Graf Spee and their Stauffenburg. Not for the Von der Tann. Yes, for the Reichsgraf, so I think the Von der Tann will just come around slowly. The Blucher is hitting one of these small ships. I think it's a small ship. And yeah, stuff is happening. So the Graf Spee has hit somebody, which is nice. I wonder who. Well, apparently it's this unidentified ship, and they are piling on. They're all concentrating on this. We still have no idea who that is. Let's bring the Blucher and the Scharnhorst around a bit. I mean, is this a sacrificial torpedo type person? We are well within torpedo range. Yep. Lots of hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit. And yeah, I don't know who this guy, but it's not going well for him. Bring around these chaps as well. I mean, this is, you know, apparently they're on fire. I mean, well, they're not well within visual range, actually. So they're only 6,000 yards, but of course, actual visual range is only 5,500. Not bad for nighttime, actually. Oh, and they're stopped. Well, we now know they're British. That's good. As if that wasn't clear already. So, yeah, this is a bit of an execution made pretty simple by them just charging at us. This stuff is all milling around. I might want to just take these destroyers off AI and just send them in so that these guys don't start to get a little bit too cheeky. Obviously, at the moment, they're mainly bow on, but if they're starting to turn, then do I want to pick a target? So yes, I'm going to say yes. Can I access reports? Can I access most recent? So it's kind of there. So there's still all around about there. So this would seem to be within the circle of that. Okay. That's all fine. I'll come back to that in a little while. Obviously, at the moment, I'm focusing on these. The light cruisers that got well out of place are doing stuff. I feel the need for a little turn away. This is obviously not well. I'm just going to, just because, you know, we are at very close range here, and yeah, I don't want so these guys have been spotted by enemy aircraft. Okay. We go here and just say, please, can we have some lovely cap from land-based air? That would be nice. Okay, so there are 2 ships now that are completely dead in the water. I'm going to keep this turning away for just a little bit more, and then let's just turn back again. These have all sorted themselves out. Bring these back into line with the Blucher, and then same with the Blucher and Scharnhorst, don't want them. The light cruisers have misunderstood signals. Nothing changes, even in 1948. So, these are super close range, 9,000 yards. Let's just flatten them out. Again, no intelligence as to who these are. I mean, even here, oh, okay, it's a battlecruiser, heavy damage on fire. Fine. Reportedly a CA. That was a CL recently. I don't think it's a CA. Bring these round. Bring these north. Now they're at a range of something 10,000-ish yards. So yes, so we appear to have lost sight of meaningful targets. At least we're not just firing gratuitously at the stopped battlecruiser. These guys seem up to the fight now. I mean, if that was a heavy cruiser, that would be fun. Not quite sure why this person is quite so intent on risking life and limb, so let's just turn them away and away again. Okay, so we're keeping reasonably good order. We have started firing at this battlecruiser again. So, piles of destroyers, some torpedoes going in, so that's the end of the battlecruiser. I surely would have thought. Okay, so these are French, and they're still saying a CA and thing. So we appear to have overshot, although that is also reportedly a CA. I'm going to bring these round, and yeah, let's bring them to the north. Let's just turn these away. They're at 8,000 yards. They don't seem to have been hitting anything. There. Bang, 2, 3, 4. Well, that answers that question. Yeah, they've gone back to unidentified. So you really ought to be firing at this lot. Okay. Oh, okay. Where's the Centurion? Where's that come? Oh, this. Yeah. 7 4-inch guns, 11 hits. Well, I mean, fair play to the Centurion. It's just being hit by multiple torpedoes as well as everything else, and it still seems to be doing fine. Okay, I've just tidied up. I've put all of these under manual control. They were just all getting a bit scrappy, and the light cruisers were going off into some strange light cruisery place. Also, these guys, I'm just taking them away, make them follow, and the battle cruisers are doing fine. So that's all going great. One Centurion class battleship surely must be lost. I'm just going to go back and have a little look at these reports. Okay, so this one is very interesting because, let's just zoom in. Once upon a time, there was a report of a CVL or something up here. Now there's a report of a carrier and a CVL over there. And that feels like I don't really care what's going on with that lot. And with this lot, I need to go maximum speed and see if I can't intercept whatever is here. Now, this is quite a big piece of sea, but you know, our search radar is this kind of dimension, and if we measure from here to here, We are about 20 nautical miles away. So, yeah, that seems like a good target to chase. However, having said that, there are still French cruisers here. So, actually, perhaps I'll just bring that back down to 27. Bear in mind that. So, that was one important discovery. This long ago report, which I was sort of minded to discount, is probably real now and well worth a chase. This is all going on up here. So the most recent there is just some destroyers, carriers. Yeah, so nothing really. It would be obviously just fantastic if I could do some stuff there. Let me just adjust this. Okay, I brought in that search and tidied it up and stuff because obviously that's a crucial thing. I can't order strikes on these reports over here, but it's fine. Just checking they're not too out of contact. So they are about 175 nautical miles from the reports of the enemy carriers and 80 nautical miles behind the battlecruisers. Probably fine for the moment. Just something to bear in mind that they don't want to get too far. They don't want to get too near and they don't want to get too far. Such prima donnas. Right, so we've got the Blucher and its destroyers heading as fast as it can for this report. We've got the Graf Spee and destroyers tidying up this little arrangement of ships here. And we've got the light cruisers trying to sort themselves out and actually be helpful in some way. Like a plan. So, it's a light cruiser. These are all sorting themselves out. They're launching torpedoes at things. Just have a look. Yeah, so firing at a heavy cruiser at 2,500 yards away feels like, you know, worth a punt. Let's shoot that one. And then here, a little bit further, we'll keep that powder dry just for the moment. And yeah, let's see how all of that goes. I'm going to turn these destroyers all to the north. I'm taking a modest gamble that the Centurion is dead to us after multiple hits from heavy caliber guns and also multiple torpedo hits. So a friendly old-fashioned piston fighter shoots down a medium bomber. Very much. I'm going to take these and open up the range so that they don't get too pummeled. Now this range is really small, 7,000, so I'm going to straighten those out. Boom. Okay, so let's detach Z81. Okay, that's just taking it back. So a lot of flotation damage, but no flooding. So let's just limp it away out of harm's way. And let's also, whilst we're this close, see if there's any torpedoes worth shooting. There's that. Okay, let's fire one of them towards that. And that, which would seem to be helpful. Let's fire that as well. I'm doing that because these feel like they're so close. Also, whilst we're here, yeah, they've still got some torpedoes. So let's just sort that one out with a shot as well. And that can be their last service. Thank you for your service, Z81. Again, flatten these out. They're not really going for the heavy cruiser, or the light cruiser up here. Whether any of these is an actual heavy cruiser, as was once reported, I don't know. And I want to check what's going on here, because obviously there's a few unidentified. I'm going to put these back onto support. And yep, they're rushing that way, so let's just We could set this to a scouting formation with a search line. Be a good thing to do, just to see if we can stretch out our radar contact as far as possible. They're all going that way, aren't they? So let's go over the top. Where are these boys? Full line ahead. So great to get them into action. Okay. Here come destroyers. I'm not really quite sure why they're having a melee here. I'm going to sandwich them between these guys and these guys. They're leaving. They're not really paying much attention to whatever those are. Go back to reports. Yep, there's a new one from Emden. All right. So that's a third one. So this says a couple of CVLs. Okay. I'm still very interested in that. Now, I haven't had a new report about these guys in a while, so I'm going to go to the Blucher and bring up this and sort this out. And I'm going to ask it to do a search over this quadrant to see if I can't reacquire these targets. Once I get a report here, I can reasonably confidently launch a strike against it, but it's been a while, and so their exact location might be a little bit mysterious. That seems like a good use of search planes. Let's center ourselves back on here. So these, again, this says it's a CA, so, you know, 3 destroyers, a light cruiser, and a heavy cruiser, maybe. Yes, at least somebody's firing at this light cruiser. Medium damage, maybe, maybe not. Not reporting a great number of hits. They all seem to be suddenly interested in the battle cruisers. So time for a judicious turn away and turn away a bit more. Oh, the cruiser there seems to have suddenly stopped, which is a good thing. Put you high. Much happened there. And the cruiser definitely stopped, so that's nice. This might be a heavy cruiser. Still have no idea what this is. We have the Scharnhorst firing at them, even though the range is... Well, actually, it's more than I thought. I thought like 5,000. It's 11,000. And there's this one unidentified with heavy damage. Okie dokie. Difficult to keep 3 battles simultaneously. Ah, so who is that one? Okay, that's still... Yep, that's still that. Okay. I think we can turn back again for them. Here come the 2 light cruisers. Plenty of hits on that French light cruiser. What these are doing. This lot. Okay, so they're now firing at that. We're all chasing north. Still no new reports. I mean, these are just sort of slightly annoyingly in the way. I don't really, and indeed these, I don't really want to target them. I would much rather be hurtling in the straightest line possible towards the enemy carrier. Oh, that's fine. Why aren't you forming a nice line? There you go. Take the turn together away. Form ourselves up. Only 6,000 yards. It's a bit concerning. I probably should just turn them away. I know they're pummeling whatever they're pummeling, but that is too close. They're all suffering. These are being sort of left behind, which I'm quite pleased about, really, actually, because, as I say, I'm not actually that interested in. Right, so still waiting for a decent one, and that one is still our most recent, and even that's 9:30. It is 10 o'clock, so that's 30 minutes old. Just check on the old 5.5 hours. Feels longer than just an hour of this battle. Okay, keep them nice and safe, my precious battlecruisers. I mean, there was a perfectly legitimate comment from the last one episode asking, at what point am I going to give up these beautiful big ships? And I think the short answer is, I don't know. The longer answer is, they certainly seem to be giving good value for money just at the moment. So we can just wait on that. Banging away now. I'm slightly concerned at the levels of ammo. So certainly the Graf Spee. The others are absolutely fine, actually. So, but you can't tell individuals. This isn't quite the the scout pendant. Hoping for a slightly better. Checking. Right. Some of our jet fighters. Good to see. I wonder what that ship is. That could be a fun target for the light cruisers. Oh, well, they apparently have a CL there, so that also will help. Don't seem to be... It did hit it. Right. So this is sort of disengaged. So let us go upwards, and let's increase to our maximum speed. See if we can't close on these reported nearby carriers. Just leave the München and the Breslau to deal with these. Let's just bring their speed down to a more accurate gunnery speed. So they're still sort of surviving and just frankly being a bit annoying. But I have bigger fish to fry. Seeing if they could screen. Let's send them into screening. Seems like a good use of them. Probably just need to hold fire for 10 minutes. I want their precious main armament ammo to be exhausted. Of course, Graf Spee was built as a given, a gift from Japan. I didn't have control over how much ammo it had, so probably significantly less. Ooped. So this is still the most recent piece of information. So this is nail-biting stuff. Okay, sea state limits speed. I hadn't noticed that one. Let me just go and check a ship. 28 knots. Okay, so not too bad. But still. So it now thinks the Breslau is attacking a heavy cruiser. I mean, it just keeps on being maddening and maddening. Let's stop them turning together. Let's swing them round. Get these destroyers out of screen. Back to support. Out of screening and line ahead. Swing them around. Oh, well, the CL, which just disappeared, seemed to have gone stationary. And it now seems to have disappeared altogether. So whether that means it's actually sunk or not, I'm not quite sure. These three destroyers, seem to be causing us any bother. This has become a CL again. That one that had disappeared seems to have stopped. Let's see if we can come down this CL and get some sort of firing position on it. Except that they've just fired at it. Dear oh dear. So one of our fighters had to ditch, another was damaged, another one crashed, another one was damaged. Yeah. Can't be helped. Wasn't Grongville. And still, okay, there's a report there of a lone destroyer, but honestly, yeah. This is our Z81, and I'm going to send it down to Heligoland, down to the Jade. So, certainly taking on board some stuff here. Cruiser seems to be all of a twisty and a turny. Get his attention just by launching some. Nope. We damaged it? Yeah, we damaged its rudder. Okay, let's bring this speed down. Bring it this way. Bring those down that way. So that's sunk. That's nice. Could have been a light cruiser. Could be anything really. Nothing appearing here. Still going for it. Let's zoom in on this little destroyer fight. Okay, so now it's resolved itself not as a light cruiser, but as a destroyer that's just taking an awful lot of hits. I'm going to put this onto AI controlled, organize themselves, and let the light cruisers make merry sport. Yeah, that looks like the end of that. All right, let's hold fire for 10 minutes for them and send them back. No point wasting their ammunition either. And send them to carry on the good work. So now we have these two forces, hopefully trying to find something, anything. Well, that seems like a good point to pause. We've nullified this British-French battleship force. We are desperately waiting new reports of what's happening up here. Not finding anything. The carriers. Let's just send them north a bit. Are doing it in 100 miles here, so I just want them to close up a bit. They've got strikes ready for whenever we get reports. It feels like we're going to go into daytime, although we've still got 4 hours and 45 minutes of nighttime fun to be had. So join me for part 2, and let's see if we can't find some of these reports. So we're now into the zone where light carriers were reported, and pick up the carrier force up here and see if we can't do something really significant with it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.